I built something quite dumb in The Sims recently. I don't need much of an intro. We're just gonna go straight to the video to start showing you the dumb thing that I built in The Sims recently. Okay, we're gonna go straight in to the dumb thing that I did in The Sims recently. I did a sponsorship on my Twitch stream a couple weeks ago now for a game called Ant Legion for the Swarm. It's just a mobile game. Basically, you're an ant and you do ant things and you build an ant army to do ant things. And I had to stream that for a couple of hours, and part of the kind of sponsorship, well, it wasn't really part of the sponsorship. I just decided while I was like playing the game at the same time that I was gonna build a Sims house as well. Like, you're allowed to do that, like have the game up on the side. Like, as you can see pretty below me, the game's there, so hopefully that doesn't detract from the gameplay too much, so apologies for that. But yeah, like, it's part of, you can do whatever you kind of want. Like, you can have the game up on the side and then do something else on the game. So I decided to build like an ant hill and like an ant colony underground, and it sounds really dumb, but I think it actually came out really, really cool. Just in general, it's a bit weird. It's literally like, from the top, all you can see is an anthill. There will be a few times throughout this where I'll go to manage worlds and it will just be there, like a big lump. I think I built this in like the original world. No, I can't remember what it's called. Whatever the original world is. It's not Granite Fall. I don't know what it's called. The default world, right in the middle where the park is. Oh no, this is an Oasis Springs. Never mind. Oasis Springs, right in the middle where the park should be. And I thought, yeah, why not? Just build it right there in the middle of everything. And yeah, I had a lot of fun with it though, honestly. Like, on the stream, it was really fun to build. It was just so silly to try and build like a whole ant colony. Like, it makes no sense. Like, you can kind of see my like my plan with it. It's just like a load of things underground, like a load of small little tunnels into bigger rooms, into little caves, and just it was just a bit weird. Like I said, I did stream this live on Twitch. I stream kind of 3 days a week. Not often The Sims. If I'm going to do a Sim stream, it's usually kind of like once a month-ish, maybe. So if you're interested in Sim streams, unfortunately I don't do that there. But I do stream Dead by Daylight on Twitch most of the time. So most of the time when I'm streaming, it's because I'm playing Dead by Daylight. So if you like Dead by Daylight, which a lot of people in the Sims community actually do, which is kind of strange, maybe go and follow me on Twitch. All my socials and stuff are linked below. Just a cheeky little plug there. But yeah, no, I did stream this live, so that's why there's quite a few overlays and stuff, like chat boxes and kind of some scrolly things. So hopefully that's not too distracting. This camera will be bigger than usually. It's just to hide like other stuff, because obviously my webcam is on there as well. And yeah, so yeah, sorry about being so much stuff all over the place, but I had to have the game up on screen for my sponsorship, as well as like the little scroll on the side. So yeah, the sponsorship has ended. So if you see the QR code there, if you want to use the link, I think the link will still work. To like use the QR code to go take part in the game if you want to play it. But like it's not part of my sponsorship anymore. So yeah, that won't work if you're thinking about it or anything like that. It ended a couple weeks ago. It's surprisingly a game that I actually quite enjoyed. I didn't think that I would enjoy just being an ant, and I did actually really enjoy it. Which was quite shocking. Like, I was like, oh, I'll give it a go, do it for the sponsorship, blah blah blah. Let's see how it is. Like, it's just like a chill kind of, like, when you're bored, play the game sort of thing. Like, just sit and doom scroll or whatever, play the game. And I actually had quite a lot of fun playing it, which is one of the nice things about doing sponsorships like that is you might actually find a game you really enjoy. My sister did one recently for AFK Journey, and it's not the sort of game that I like. I described it as like a weeb Raid Shadow Legends, and I did enjoy Raid Shadow Legends. So when I did a sponsorship for that too, my husband plays it all the time as well. Like, it's not a game I usually choose to play. I don't play it anymore, but the AFK Journey was also quite fun. I got myself quite into that as well. So, you know, doing things like that, even if it's like you not playing it, but like you see a streamer that you usually watch or a YouTuber taking part in like the sponsorship, give it a go, honestly, because it might actually surprise you how much fun you have, because I had fun being a silly little ant. But yeah, so anyway, back to the build. My whole idea for the build was a couple basement stories. I thought you could only do 2 basement stories, like 2 levels in the basement, but you can actually do 3. So I do change that later on. I do add like I think my sister in the chat recommended doing like a swimming hole or like a water hole. So I do put like a 3rd floor in the basement. to build that in later on. The vibes for this though, I really struggled with what I wanted to do for the vibes. You can see I'm putting like a load of furniture, like kind of different chairs. We have so many log and stone pieces of furniture. I actually cut out quite a lot of it because it was about 30 to 40 seconds of the speed build, which I cut out, but you might not think that's a lot of time, but I sped this footage up by I think 600%. So that's what, a good like 10 to 12 minutes or like 5 to 10 minutes of me trying to figure out what vibe I'm going for. There are a lot of like log seats, a lot of stone seats, a lot of like sofas, a lot of kind of just ottomans and things like that your Sims can sit on that are made out of wood or stone, and it's really quite strange. But I was like, I didn't really know what vibe I wanted to go for. I didn't know if I wanted to go for like a stone vibe, if I wanted to go for a wood vibe, but I think I decided for the most part it's gonna be like a wood vibe, so kind of like campy. A lot of wood kind of everywhere. At least for the living room. There's some stone accents in there as well, because when you're digging into the ground you would find a lot of stone. That is quite a thing to note actually, is we're in the ground, so I didn't want this to look like a glamorous ant hole or like an ant colony. It literally is, the floor is dirt, the roof is dirt, and the walls are dirt. Like I did the ceiling paint and everything, and it is all just mud and dirt. So I quite like the idea of it though. In the bathroom there, you'll just see I put a pee bush in there. There's a toilet in there too, but I put a pee bush in there as well. That's like the main bathroom, like the upstairs bathroom. And I just thought that's quite fun. My sister, one of my sisters recommended I put like actual like outside plants inside as like the actual plants. So I don't put a lot of plants like in the pots, like that, you know, your regular decor stuff. I don't put a lot of that in here. I actually go back later on and I add proper landscaping in here. Like proper bushes and flower bunches, and like I don't think I put any trees in here. Oh no, I think I do put a tree or two somewhere. But yeah, I put like actual landscaping in here, and it really looks cool. It really brings it to life. Like a few plants in here and there, that's cool, but having like the actual kind of overgrown grass and like the bushes and the flowers and some of the little rocks and stuff, it really looks awesome. So it's not a build that I would play in, but it's still like a fun idea for a build. And yeah, the idea of landscaping really kind of was a bit of a strange idea, but it still worked anyway, and I'm quite happy that I ended up doing that. I was like, oh, that could be cool, and I was like, yeah, that's fine. I did notice though that some of the landscaping doesn't look right on the inside. It's just completely black. Like there's no, you can't really see the coloring, you can't see the textures, so you can't really use everything in there. Yeah, so that's a bit of a shame figuring that out, but hey ho. We've done the master bedroom. I do go back in there to landscape later on, so you get to see a bit more of it later, but now we're doing like the second bedroom, which is like the teenager's bedroom, is what I kind of envisioned it as. And what I wanted them to have like a kind of a weird shape for a bedroom, but also like a little bit of a hole where they could sleep in and like kind of spend their own time, because if you're a teenager you probably want to spend more time in your room. So there is a TV there, like a little living room space in there. I don't know really what else I do in there, honestly. I built this a couple weeks ago, so I have kind of forgotten, but yeah, it's quite a simple room. And then we have the third bedroom, which sleeps 2 Sims, or 2 ants if you want to have ants. Sleeps 2 Sims down here, and they have like a little study nook, bunk beds, and you'll probably see it in a minute, but I spent a long time trying to find a specific ladybug rug. I was really intent on having a rug with ladybugs on it, because, you know, we're ants, little critters, there'll be little like aphids and stuff down there. And again, I think I cut out about 30 to 45 seconds of footage, which again doesn't seem like much, but when it's sped up by 600%, that is quite a long time that I spent looking for a ladybug rug. So I do settle on that little rug that you got there, like a little pathway rug, but then I put some little tiny little ladybugs around the living room, around the bedroom too, and I really like their bedroom actually. It's quite cozy looking, and yeah, it's very good for like doing homework and stuff in there. And there's a computer in there as well, like the little iPad one that you get in high school years, I think it is. So yeah, there is that as well. I think this is where this is where I'm starting to do the swimming bath, like the watering hole, I think someone put it as. So it's just a giant onsen, and they are from the Snowy Escape pack, which they're like hot springs. And I decided to like build in like a little back patio bit, well, not back patio, but like a back ledge for some stones and stuff. There's some water features in there, some fountains, and I also built like a little tranquility garden in this room as well. I think that's what they're called, tranquility gardens. I don't really know how to do them. I don't know if it's just because of the Sims that just the things kind of look a bit weird. The stuff we have to do them look a little bit weird, but I was kind of messing around with it a little bit. I did cut some of it out, but I was messing around with it a little bit, and I kind of just thought I'll leave it at that. So it's not a good tranquility garden. It's just kind of it's a raised platform with some sand in it and a couple of rocks. But I just didn't really know what else to do, and I think it is just largely down to the stuff that we have in the game. It's nice that we have it, but it's just not very good. So I kind of just left it at that, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that justice, but I want to just put it in there anyway. And I think it looks okay. It's alright. That does function, by the way, so despite having the thing behind it and like the Tranquility Garden in the corner, that does completely function. I'm testing it just there. The Sims can get in and out of it, no problem. So yeah, I just thought it'd be like a nice little detail as well. Like whoever suggested that, I think it was my sister Kay. I think she was one that suggested it. But yeah, so I'm starting to put landscaping in here now. I'm not done by any means. Oh, no, you know, I'm not that far away from being done. But like I thought I'd add some bushes and stuff in it, and honestly it does really make a cool like impact into this build. I don't know, it just having something different than just houseplants, especially because we're literally doing like a hole in the ground, which is like a colony, having like little leaves and stuff like that down here, I just think it looks really cool. Especially like underneath the dining table we have the hay and all that stuff. Like I just think it looks really cool. So yeah, no, it's different. I don't think I'll do it in many more builds, but you can get like plant pots, like planter pots and stuff, and you can put landscaping in them. So maybe that's something I'll do in the future, is I'll put like little planter pots and stuff like that inside builds and have actual outside plants. But for this build, I think especially, it really, really did make sense. I think maybe for like a fairy build or a werewolf build, you could do something similar, like have some actual shrubbery on the inside as opposed to just, you know, regular house plants. It could just make a bit of a nice difference, really. So no, despite this build being a complete meme and just like really stupid, I actually had a lot of fun doing this build. I found actually this like steel bar item, and I can't remember what pack it's from. I feel like it's from Get Famous, like it's like a prop thing. And I thought it would be a really cool idea to have that in there as if it's like structural supports, because again, we're just a big dirt hole. So maybe having these like along the doorways and stuff where there's like obviously an issue with the structure in a doorway, I thought maybe having that would be like a really cool little idea. So I put them all over the place. I did make some rooms slightly bigger just to accommodate for them. But no, like I've never really used that. I think I've used that item once in the past as like kind of fake structural support for like a garage sort of thing. But it didn't quite look right anyway. But this is like a best place scenario to use it. So yeah. Whilst I am putting stuff in the houses, like kind of just decorations, I'm just going to be letting you guys know this video and my next, well, obviously this video is a speed build. My next video will also be a video taken from a stream. I'll let you know what it is. It is me turning the Landgrab mansion into a high school. I streamed that on Twitch again, I think it was last week. I couldn't be bothered with Dead by Daylight. I just kind of wasn't in the mood to deal with it. So I decided just to stream Sims instead. Occasionally I will do that. So again, if you want to follow me on Twitch, you can do so. But yeah, I decided to build Landgrab's mansion and stuff into a high school build. So I'll leave most of the details for that video. So I'm not going to spoil it too much. But yeah, that is the next video that will be coming up. The reason why I'm doing this as well as like these two videos basically as taken from my stream, so they're not like independent builds. One, I am working on another speed build anyway, so I'm gonna try to like get these speed builds out the way and then I'll start building with you guys again. But I'm going on holiday on Sunday this week, so I'm filming this on Friday, and I'll be probably uploading it for Saturday, if not Sunday when I'm away, so it'll probably be Sunday. So, but yeah, I'll be away to Lanzarote for a week, so I'm not going to be able to like make any more videos, and when I get back, obviously it'll be a week since my last video, so I won't really have time to do a full build, edit the full build, and then like maybe do a voiceover or like actually sit down and talk to you guys with it all, so I won't have time to do all of that, so I'm just going to do these like small speed builds for now, and that way I'm getting some content on my channel. But I'm so excited for the holiday. I did put some pink in my hair. I have pink in my hair anyway, but I kind of got rid of all the pink, made it grey. But I wanted to have like little ego strips, and it doesn't really look that bright, so I'm gonna have to like redo that today. Again, I'd literally just washed my hair out, so I'm gonna have to redo it before I go, just to have some pink in my hair. But yeah, that's a little update for that. You'll see I've actually moved into CAS, and I never do CAS, but someone did suggest, I think it was my husband suggested doing an ant sin. like a queen bee, not queen bee, you know, like a queen ant moving into here. And I was like, you know what, why not? We never do this, let's have some fun. So you'll see occasionally some inspo popping up. I found like a really good picture of like a red ant. So I'm trying to channel that. I found that hairstyle was exactly what I wanted, because like the big bunches kind of gave like the ant head shape, and then like the little bits down the front screamed antenna to me. So the colouring is kind of what I was going for. She looks relatively normal now, a little bit weird, but we do start getting a bit weird with her. I will say she's already starting to get weird. She gets worse. So I thought I'd include this because I had a lot of fun with this. Like the whole time I was just laughing. Like literally my hand was over my mouth. I was like leaning right over. I was laughing so much at this woman. I think we called her Queen Antonella Ant. I think. No, Queen... I can't remember what we called her. Queen Antonella something. I really can't remember what else we called her. But yeah, she's starting to get a bit weird now. She was really, really funny to make though. So I thought I'd include this into the build. I was very much channeling like a very cartoony red ant, and then I decided she started looking like the ants from Ants, like ANTZ, the old cartoon from like the early 90s or mid 90s, or maybe even early 2000s, I'm not sure. But she started looking a bit like them, so I decided to change her skin tone and change her clothing a little bit. Just watching this back, honestly, it's just making me regret my life decisions, because honestly, she was just mental. The smile she kept doing as well, just like, it didn't really make much sense to me. She just looked like she didn't want to be there, but at the same time she was happy to be there. I kind of feel bad for little Antonella there. She makes me laugh though. I think she's living her life and she's enjoying herself, and that's all we can ask for in life, is to enjoy yourself. So yeah, we are gonna start to wrap up the video now. I've only got like a 2-minute time left. I will just say I'm not doing a tour for this build because I had a lot of actual issues, like going into tab mode and kind of zooming into stuff. Like some angles I couldn't zoom in that well. I went to tab mode at one point and I completely like lost everything. Like it just, like the screen went black and I nearly lost the whole thing. So I'm not gonna do that, but we do go through, like, I'll have like a slow-mo clip towards the end, of like the kind of layout of it. So we'll kind of show you that a little bit more detail, I guess. But yeah, I'm not doing a full-on kind of showcase. That it was just too buggy. Excuse the pun of bugs and ants, but it was just a bit too buggy. I think when the game doesn't already like basements as it is, so when you have 3 layers of basements and like little small passageways, it's kind of complicated to try and get all that to work. So yeah, it's just not it. So yeah, sorry for having this weird video format. Like, it's been a weird, there's like no intro, there's like no outro basically, like there's no showcase, and there's a weird casting in here. You know, this is a very different video, but it was a lot of fun, and it was for a sponsorship on my stream as well. So it was a lot of like, it was just funny, and we had a really, really good time actually. It was a really good vibe. Sim streams for me usually are quite chill, but they are still like decent vibes anyway. Ignore that clip of Queen Antonella. So here's the little build real quick. It is 3 stories. The top story literally comprises of an entryway, the kitchen, the living room, and a stairwell. There's no bathroom on the top floor, but there is a 2-bathroom. It's a 2-bathroom, 3-bedroom. So weird shaped kitchen, cool, like small living room. But I quite like the way this is laid out. I think it looks really, really cool. You go down into the 2nd story technically, and you've got the master bedroom on the top, and then you've got the 2 bedrooms on the bottom, teenager and kids, and there's 2 bathrooms there, and you go down into the watering hole. So that's basically it. It is literally just a massive, massive anthill. I'll freeze frame on the anthill alone. It looks really weird, but that's literally it. So thank you for sitting with me today and just having a silly little build with me and just chilling out. As I said, the next video will also be kind of a speed build from my stream, although I will actually give you a proper tour on that one. It's just this one, it's so literally buggy. So it wasn't really going to work out that well if I was trying to show you a speed build, a close-up tour of it. So this is in the gallery. If you do want to download this build and have a laugh with it, this is in the gallery. It's underneath the hashtag TEG builds, and I think I just called it Anthill. I don't think I called it anything exciting. It's just an anthill. And I placed this, I think, right in the center of Oasis Springs. So the 64x64 lot in Oasis Springs. It was just a bit of a laugh. So yeah, forgive me for the really stupid video and for like the really weirdly formatted video. It's just, you know, I need to get some quick content out because it's been a little while since my last video, and I'm going to be away, like I said, for a week. So I'll give you updates because I'm not going to film the next video until I get back. So the next video is going to be like talking about the school and just like giving you word vomits about my holiday, I think. But yeah, thanks for chilling with me. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you have any comments on this, if you want me to do weird builds like this again, let me know, because honestly, weird builds are the funnest builds, I think, where you can just do absolutely anything. Like, that one had dirt, floors, and walls, and ceilings, and yet it still looked pretty decent, and when can you usually do that? You can't. So if there's any other stupid builds like this that you want me to do, like a volcano build maybe, similar thing, or like, I don't know, like an air, like I could maybe like build like a plane in the sky or something like that, and like have a floating plane. That could be really fun. I might have to write that down actually. But if you want me to do some stupid builds in the future, let me know. But other than that, if you like this sort of content where it's just kind of chilling and building and just doing some weird things, feel free to subscribe. This isn't my usual video format though, so if you do like regular builds, I also do some of them as well, so maybe subscribe to that as well. But thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the lovely weather. I hope you're staying safe. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Yeah. Bye-bye.
It's that first day of first grade, that cute girl, your third day, that backpack, that snapback you've had since the third grade. The first time you got laid, the worst time you got played, it hurt.